Thanks for joining on such short notice. I figured we're all sitting here at home with lots of better things to do, or not necessarily better things to do, but we definitely have time on our hands, not knowing how much longer we should stay home. I'm going to start with my story. Those of you that are on already know it, but I got started with oils about 5 years ago. Lots of things kind of came into alignment. I was still working, and they offered an incentive program at work where if you got so many steps a day and checked a lot of fitness and wellness boxes, you saved money on your insurance. And I think it equated to like $30 a month. So that was great incentive for me. Also, Carly wanted for her birthday to run a 5K. So at 50 something years old, I started a running training program. I did the Couch to 5K. Also around that time, my dad had open heart surgery. That was a huge deal for me because my dad is the strongest person I know. And he was helpless in a hospital bed for a couple days right after the surgery. So, and also oils came into my life at about the same time. So big changes for me over the past 5 years. I grew up on Kool-Aid and vegetables out of a can, and now I see the light in a lot of ways. So Carly, do you want to tell your story?
Sure. So for those of you that don't know, because I don't know that I know all of you in person, I am Carly, and I am, of course, Tammy's daughter. Our journey started, it was 5 years ago in December for us, and a lot was happening in our lives when that happened. My husband was transitioning out of the military. We had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and our 3-year-old was just really struggling. Trajan was just, he could not sit still. He was frustrated all the time. He wasn't really speaking. Things were just a mess. I was working a lot of hours and trying to figure out how to make the most of our life, and not making a lot of progress. And my friend Darcia, I saw her posting about how she was seeing these huge changes in her house. And we have sons that are about the same age and that were struggling with a lot of the same things. And I finally sent her a message one day and I said, I have to know what you're doing. Like, I need to know more, because at this point we're being told that everything is fine and we just have to hold on. And very quickly, after talking to her, I realized that I had nothing to lose and that I was just gonna order the starter kit and see what happened. At the time, with my husband not having a job in a month and, a mortgage and everything else, I was like, you know what? Here we go. We'll see what happens. If all else fails, I just burned $160 and Rob will kill me. It'll be fine. We placed our order on December 1st, and I want to say it showed up December 8th. And at the time, I didn't have a pocket reference. I didn't have anything. I just started Googling and texting Darcia asking questions. So we busted out the diffuser and started going through kind of all the oils and seeing what they did. And I will never forget the look on Trajan's face when he got a hold of the Stress Away bottle and we couldn't get it away from him. And like, you just saw this calm come over his face when I let him smell it, and he would not give the bottle back. Shortly after that, we started using them daily and using Thieves. And that Christmas we had come home, just, we had the opportunity, so we took it. We came home to Ohio. We live in Texas, and everyone around us was sick. I mean, everyone was sick. And we kept using the oils while we were there. I brought them all home and we were fine. We were completely fine. And I was amazed. Well, through that process, I started getting connected into different communities and different networks within Young Living. And someone sent me an article about cleaners and how they are full of neurotoxins. And this is another, like, Rob still didn't have a job, but I was sharing Young Living because we had already seen such huge changes. Just Trajan was a lot calmer. We were all feeling really good. And I decided, after doing a little bit of research, I said, you know what, we're just going to give this Thieves Household Cleaner thing a shot and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Well, I went to order it, and I don't know if you realize this or not, but there are two sizes of Thieves Household Cleaner. There are the 14.4 bottles that are a nice size bottle, and they're great to reuse. We reuse ours once we empty them. But then there's also the 64-ounce size bottle. Well, that February, I distinctly remember going to order the Thieves Household Cleaner because I had decided we were going all in on it. And the 14.4-ounce bottle was out of stock. But the 64 was in stock. And I said, you know what? We're just going to do it. All in. And I will never forget, Rob goes, what did you spend $80 on? And I went, that's cleaner. And he goes, oh, okay, well, it better do everything. And I said, well, from what I hear, it will. So we should be fine. And he said, okay, fine. Well, the cleaner showed up, and I literally stripped all of the cleaners out of the house. And he looked at me and said, what are you doing? I said, well, if we're going to do this, we have to go all in. So I'm taking all of them and I'm throwing them away. He was like, well, if this doesn't work, you're going to be going to rebuy all of those cleaners. And I said, well, it is what it is. But if they're there, we're going to reach for the old standards. And I want to really give this a shot and see what happens. I want to see if we see an impact. Within about 30 days, not only did the deep cleaner work fabulously, like, it's the only thing in our house still to this day, but Trajan was like making huge strides. Like, we were starting to see him be more vocal. We were starting to see him talk more. And that was a really big aha moment for us. So just based on our first, like, 90 days of oil usage, we couldn't stop using them. And it's something that to this day, we see a huge difference when we're around other products and things. So we're really happy to be home right now and not around all of the crazy chemicals that people are using. So that's how our journey started.
Okay, so that's our story. We are going to be using a script. I chose a relatively short one because I want everybody to get back to whatever you're doing at home. We've all got an opportunity to catch up on our to-do lists and do some things that we wouldn't normally have time to do. But I'm going to jump right in with what are essential oils. They're the most powerful part of the plant. They're distilled from shrubs, flowers, trees, roots, bushes, fruit, the rinds of fruit, resins, and herbs. They contain hundreds of different natural organic compounds. And in humans, many provide support for every system of the body: your skeletal system, muscular, circulatory, endocrine, your hormones, your respiratory system, and your immune system. Did you hear that? Respiratory system and immune system. This all comes from plants. They support brain health and a healthy weight. They're used extensively for spiritual support in your prayer life, and they've been used for thousands of years as beauty aids for emotional support. An oil in a diffuser can soothe a child's rough day. Carly just talked about that. A rough day at school. They can provide a calming effect when you've had a stressful day at work. They can be used as an alternative to cleaning chemicals in your home. We are testimony of that. You can literally start swapping out every single chemical in your home to live a purer lifestyle, and you can do it without breaking the bank. Things in the store aren't cheap either, and quite, uh, quite honestly, most of them are crap. You don't need to be an aromatherapist to use oils. In most cases, just rub them topically on your skin, or you can ingest them and cook with them. This is specific to Young Living essential oils. That's what we're talking about today. They have a vitality line that are labeled specifically for ingestion to make it easy for all of us. And then you can also diffuse and inhale them, which is probably the way you're most familiar with. So how do they enter and how long do they last? Tests have shown oils can reach your heart, liver, and thyroid in 3 seconds when they're inhaled, and they can be found in your bloodstream within 26 seconds when you apply them topically. Expulsion of essential oils takes 3 to 6 hours in a normal, healthy body. So that just kind of tells you, you might want, if it's a certain goal you're going for, you're going to want to apply it every 3 to 6 hours. So Carly, you want to talk about the history of essential oils?
So essential oils were first mentioned by name in the biblical book of Genesis in chapter 37, when Joseph was sold to the slave traders. They carried spicery, balm, and myrrh. Genesis ends with the burial of Joseph's father, anointed with myrrh. So there are over 1,100 direct and indirect mentions of essential oils in Scripture. Some of the oldest cultures on earth have used essential oils. The Babylonians placed orders for cedarwood, myrrh, and cypress. The Egyptians used essential oils for beauty and embalming. And they have the oldest record of deodorant recipe made with essential oils. Pakistan and Rome used essential oils in the communal bathhouses. They were even used by Christ. Jesus was given gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Frankincense is sometimes referred to as the coconut oil of essential oils because it has over 10,000 uses. Like, in my mind, between frankincense and lavender, you're pretty well covered. Essential oils were used by the medieval Europeans, many of whom brought oils back during the Crusades. And it was only after World War II when essential oils were rediscovered, and the science on their uses grows with that literally every single year. So now the big question that I swear people ask daily is, do essential oils work? Personally, as I just told you, we've used Young Living essential oils for the last 5 years, and they work. Lavender has always smelled great to us. We've always used it for sleep, but it's never been a big deal to not use it. We like it in our bath. We like it in our diffuser. It's amazing. I didn't like lavender before Young Living's lavender. I hated the smell of it. I thought it smelled like garbage and it like would give me a headache. And now I've found out that's because it was cheap synthetic. And lavendin is a kind of whole different form. And that's what a lot of the lavender is that you smell. So you want to make sure that you're getting good lavender. So in the United States, there is no rating system for essential oils. It would be wonderful if there were, because then you'd know what you were buying. If you walk into a grocery store and look at a box of cereal, you will see nutrition facts on the side. There are no nutrition facts on the side of oils. That means you have to trust your source. You have to know the company you're purchasing from, and what sets Young Living aside is Seed to Seal. It's our promise of purity. You can learn more about Seed to Seal at seedtoseal.com. All of our oil is shipped from around the world to Spanish Fork, Utah, where it runs through vigorous 8-point testing to ensure purity. Those tests are run in triplicate at the farm, at Spanish Fork, and a third time before bottling. It's why Young Living has never had a recalled essential oil in more than 2 decades of business. You can trust the integrity. Seed to Seal is based on 3 different pillars: sourcing, science, and standards. Young Living oils are tested by scientists with over 180 years of combined lab experience. They also do third-party testing with 2 accredited, respected independent labs. That, for me, says a lot, that we will ship our stuff out to a third-party lab. Young Living is a global leader in essential oils with over $2 billion in sales annually. Those that use the oils keep coming back. There are 3,000 global employees, 600 life-changing products, 16 corporate and partner farms, and more than 20 international markets. 50 highly trained scientists, 12 independent partner labs, and 4 million global customers. Probably 4 million plus at this point. So what does all that mean? The testing is thorough and exact. It's why we definitely don't buy from mom and pop oil shops. Love mom and pops for everything else, not for my oils. They don't have the team to do the testing, and that's just absolutely a big deal. So that's what we have to do in order to stay in the top 100, on top of hundreds of oils and blends. And they also don't have the seed to seal guarantee. You can visit our farms. That's something that we have done many times and love experiencing our farms. So why can't you just buy oils at the grocery store? Again, purity. You get what you pay for. I've seen bottles of frankincense for $7 at the grocery store. But it costs more than that just to distill it. It's a huge red flag that the oil has been adulterated. All oils in the world fall into one of 4 categories: authentic, manipulated, perfume, or synthetic. Authentic means the oils are 100% pure with no added synthetics or other species in the bottle. These are Young Living oils. Manipulated means the final product has been made to smell more pleasing and less earthy. Some of the heavier molecules have been stripped out or another species introduced to enhance the aroma. Perfume oils are not pure. They are mixed with synthetics to enhance the aroma. These oils have no therapeutic action. Frequently, solvents are used to extract the plant. Solvents are bad. Synthetic oils are not true oils at all. They smell nothing like the original plant and are typically labeled as scented products. These are synthetic. Authentic is the only true pure oil. Synthetic oils would be like opening your fridge, taking a glass of orange juice, and diluting it 95% before you drink it, and diluting it with chemicals. I don't know about you, but if I'm gonna have some orange juice, I would like it to be like the purest of orange juice. None of it would have the same benefits of a full glass of only that orange juice. So that's why you want authentic oils. Before you purchase, check to see if the company grows their own plants, has seed to seal, and controls their entire process from the farm to the sealed bottle, from the farm to here. Pesticides, pollution, previously farmed land, all of it can affect the quality of an oil. So why would you go the extra step of using an oil to get away from a chemical only to use an oil laden with chemicals? It's not really a smart choice. Young Living's seed to seal process is a promise of integrity. There are no pesticides used, no artificial fertilizers, and no weed killers. The plants are harvested at their peak in the location that they are meant to be grown in, indigenously, and they're then put through a vigorous testing process. Then they go from the farm directly to your home. Seed to seal is definitely not a slogan, but it is a promise to us from Young Living.
Okay, so why do some oil companies sell oils more cheaply? Most essential oils are sold more cheaply because companies cut corners to save money. And if you spray your crops with pesticides, you have more crop to distill. If you use a chemical solvent to extract the oil, you pull more out. And if you dilute it with a cheaper oil or a carrier oil, you stretch the oil you've distilled and can easily sell it more cheaply. We don't do any of that for the most part, unless it's labeled that way. Young Living just lets us dilute our own oils in our own way with the oils that we choose, the carrier oils that we choose to dilute them with. So I've always thought these are very interesting statistics, or not statistics, but facts. It's a great deal of work to produce a tiny amount of essential oil. For example, it takes 60,000 rose blossoms to provide only 1 ounce of rose oil. I think a 5 mil of rose is $191. That just goes back to the way, how much it takes to distill it. You want to order it at Valentine's Day when they offer it on sale. Lavender is abundant. It takes 220 pounds of lavender, and that will provide 7 pounds of oil. But jasmine must be picked by hand before the sun becomes hot on the very first day the flower opens, and it makes it one of the most expensive oils in the world. It takes 8 million hand-picked blossoms to produce 2.2 pounds of oil. And this is absolutely one of my favorites because it goes back to how important the Young Living places the environment. But a sandalwood tree must be 30 years old and 30 feet high before it can be cut down for distillation. And the sandalwood trees that Gary has grown must be 90% dead before they're harvested. So they're actually doing the world a favor by actually using them when they're almost dead, and that allows for new trees to grow. But a little goes a long way. Most oils are $10 to $30 a bottle, and depending on the thickness or the viscosity of the oil, a 5 ml bottle contains about 90 to 100 drops, and a 15 ml bottle contains about 200 to 240 drops. Each application is generally 1 to 3 drops, meaning even a small bottle will get you 45 to 90 applications. Thieves Cleaner is made of plants and only costs about $1.50 a bottle to make. You can even get that you can't even get something that inexpensive in the organic section at the grocery store. And like Carly said, Thieves Cleaner replaces everything under your sink, everything under all your sinks. It can be used as a multi-purpose cleaner, a glass cleaner, and a floor cleaner. It's not just to wipe off your countertops. The organic versions of cleaners can run you $4 to $6 a bottle, sometimes more. Thieves Cleaner and Thieves Hand Sanitizer come in the starter kit. Actually, that's not the case anymore. They've changed the starter kit. It now comes with Thieves Mints, I believe, and
Thieves Spray.
Thieves Spray and Thieves Hand Sanitizer. But I can tell you that we almost always give a sample of Thieves Cleaner along with in your welcome kit anyway. So that's where I began my oils journey and where I recommend you start yours.
So, oh, go ahead.
Nope, you go.
So are they safe? There are certain oils that are photosensitive, meaning you don't want to wear them and go outside. Mostly citrus oils like Citrus Fresh and lemon. When using on your skin, you always watch for redness and dilute with a carrier oil. Dilute oils on children, most definitely. We also have an awesome kids scents line that's all pre-diluted and ready to go. Because their skin is a lot more permeable than ours and absorbs the oils much more quickly. So now you're wondering, what is a carrier oil? It's a fatty oil like olive oil or coconut oil, and its molecules are much larger than those of essential oils. Using a carrier oil with an essential oil slows down the rate at which the body can absorb the essential oil because it has to ping pong through the large molecules of the carrier oil to get to your skin. It also helps to make it last a little bit longer. So be wary of putting the oils topically near your eye. Some oils like peppermint can cause a burning sensation. If you're placing an oil near your eye, apply the oil to a Q-tip instead of tipping the bottle toward your face. And if you are to put them, if something does get in your eye, do not use water to flush it. You want to use something fatty, such as butter or milk or a carrier oil. I know the butter and milk sound odd, but they're great fat sources to help flush it out. You can become sensitized to an oil if you use the same one day after day. So we tend to rotate oils every 3 to 4 days. So what about internal use of essential oils? Haha, one of the top aromatherapy organizations in the United States doesn't advocate essential oils for internal use. Why? Most oil companies don't carry GRAS, or generally regarded as safe essential oils. Many argue that internal use of essential oils is unsafe. And I would agree, in some circumstances, you need to make sure you're checking the labels first. Young Living Vitality oils, though, are approved for internal use, just like a food additive. You've been consuming essential oils internally for most of your life when you chew gum or put oregano in your pasta. Also, NAHA bases a lot of their decisions on the British model, which advocates topical use only. Many of the British studies are flawed. For example, done at extremely high doses or in ways the oils aren't used, like pouring a bottle inside the body. Young Living utilizes all 3 methods, though: the British, the French, and the German. The French have been safely using some essential oils internally for decades. Young Living's Vitality line has distinctive white labels, so you can easily see the difference. So this is a Vitality oil, and this is a standard oil. The regular bottle of peppermint is just a green bottle that looks just like the lavender, and the lavender Vitality looks just like the peppermint. It just has a purple and says lavender on it. So those are safe to take internally when they are labeled as the Vitality, which are the white labels.
Okay, so I challenge you to look at the ingredient list of what you have in your bathroom and your kitchen. Every day we put products on our skin, in our body, and breathe them, but many of the products contain damaging chemicals. The average woman applies over 300 chemicals every day to her body just through soaps, makeup, shampoo, and hair care products, and 80 of those products are applied before breakfast. When you use Young Living essential oils, you're using a product with one ingredient. Ingredients like lemon, oregano, tangerine, no synthetic additives, and no yuck. It's a bit overwhelming. I agree. I was overwhelmed at first too. Now it's just secondhand. Let me know, or we've already told you how we started with our oil journey, and it all started with a starter kit. And the starter kits are the only item on the Young Living website that are half off.
Tammy,
So,
you're frozen.
Go ahead. Oh, somebody's frozen? Okay. We'll kind of watch out for that. But if you're a frugal person like me, or a frugal mama with lots of kids at home, this is the best bang for your buck. And it comes with 12 bottles of oil and a diffuser, and all of the sample packets. So here's basically what it comes with. The diffuser that it comes with is behind me. It's the Desert Mist, and there are some other options too. Unfortunately, we can't pass around the starter kit for you to smell them, but a lot of us already have our oils, and now we're just going to talk about some of the benefits and uses of things in the kit. So frankincense is one of the top skin oils. It helps smooth the appearance of skin. It's a key ingredient in Young Living's Brain Power Blend. You can diffuse it during prayer time with grounding and purpose. I want to add too, the oils come in blends or singles. So frankincense, lavender, peppermint, those kinds of things are just single oils. There's one thing in the bottle, and then some other things coming up are blends, and we'll identify which ones they are. Lavender is the Swiss Army knife of oils. It's the oil of relaxation. Diffuse it for calming, soothing aroma. Unwind by adding a few drops in your nighttime bath. And it's one of the top oils to support healthy skin also. I know it's usually the kids' go-to, where frankincense might be the adult go-to for skin. Peppermint supports gastrointestinal discomfort or gastrointestinal comfort. It promotes healthy bowel function and enhanced healthy gut function. It helps maintain an efficient digestive tract and may support performance during exercise. It just helps you breathe deeper. And if you'll notice too, the bottle Carly was holding up, the kit comes with a combination of vitality oils and regular oils. But as she mentioned, the whether the peppermint has the white label or the green label, they're both the same oil. Citrus Fresh is one of the blends, and it's used to freshen the air. This blend is a mix of orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, and mandarin oils, and it's a replacement for chemical-based home fragrances. You can spritz it in rooms and closets and over lemons. You can dilute it with V6 Carrier and use it as a perfume. It also helps to tone and smooth the appearance of skin. Thieves also in your kit comes as a vitality oil. It can be ingested. It helps support a healthy respiratory system and helps maintain overall wellness when taken as a dietary supplement. You can add a drop to hot drinks for a spicy zing. And I think all of us on here who have our kits are making Thieves tea regularly. We call it tea, but all it is a little bit of honey in the bottom of your glass, a couple drops of Thieves Vitality, stir it around, and then add your hot water, and it makes a great wellness tea. Peace and Calming is another blend, and a good oil, a favorite for kids who need some peace and calming. It's something that we can use as well for the same thing. It can bring peace to the chaos that's in your head. It's a little different than Stress Away in that stress is for prolonged use during the day, and specifically for the fight or flight response that your body might be experiencing, where Peace and Calming is more for the evening to slow your mind down. That's actually something that I didn't know. The script has a lot of things in it that are a little different than what we've been used to seeing for the last 4 or 5 years. Peace and Calming contains ylang-ylang. I know that's a favorite of a lot of us. It contains orange, tangerine, patchouli, and blue tansy. Stress Away is another blend. This is the one you usually want to pop your roller ball on and keep it in your purse. It promotes wellness and may be an important part of your daily health regimen. One of the top emotion oil blends. It's great after the onslaught of a heavy day, and it contains lime, copaiba, and vanilla. And it's like a massage for the senses, and it's soothing and calming. Lemon is next, and this is also a vitality oil. When you're making that Thieves tea or that wellness tea, it's great to put a drop of lemon in also. It enhances the taste of food or just water. I know Carly and I are constantly using it in muffins, and I drink it in my water every single morning lately. It's a great detox. It's a key ingredient already in Thieves and Ningxia Red, and it may help support the immune system. And like I said, I just want to reiterate, it's a great detox. Panaway is another blend, and it's good to apply after exercise to soothe muscles. It has a stimulating aroma. You can apply it to the back of your neck for a soothing aromatic experience, and it supports the appearance of healthy skin coloration. Next is Digei's Vitality. This is the one that made Oily Opa a believer, and that oils do work, and he uses them as much or more as I do every day in his normal routine. It's the top oil blend for supporting the digestive system. You can add 2 drops along with a drop of peppermint to water for a stimulating beverage. I think you want to give that a little try before you go too far with that. A lot of people, Digei's has a love-hate relationship. But it is something you want to find a way to use, even if it's in a capsule instead of dropping it directly on your tongue. Notice it also was a vitality oil, or it comes as not vitality so that you can use it topically. You can use it with Essential Zyme at every meal to support a wellness regimen. And go look back in Working Natural over the last week. I think it was the end of last week when I posted it, about Essential Zymes 4 and Digei's, and my testimonial that I did, because it is truly amazing.
One tidbit on Digei's that a lot of people don't like the smell of it at first, and they don't want to use it internally. A great alternative is to put it in your a drop of it in your belly button, because your umbilicus is one of the thinnest, most full nerve spots. So it's a great quick fix spot. So belly button or tongue.
Great, good to know. Raven is next. It's also a blend, and it has in it Ravensara. Actually, I think it's Ravenstera, peppermint, eucalyptus radiata, and other essential oils. Raven creates a cooling sensation when applied topically to the chest and throat, and you can diffuse it up to 3 times daily for a soothing aroma. This is a good one to use right now to support your respiratory system. Just put a drop in a steaming bowl of hot water and put a towel over your head and breathe it in for 5 minutes or so. Great for, like I said, respiratory support. Valor is next. It's another amazing blend that contains black spruce, blue tansy, camphor wood, geranium, and frankincense. Before this call, I applied some of this over my heart because I needed to calm down and be courageous to do these live calls. Even after, I don't know, when I started doing live stuff, probably only 3 years ago, but Valor helps me through every time. It was used by the ancient Romans in the bathhouses before they sent their soldiers into battle. Its smooth, relaxing scent is designed for courage and bravery, thus applying it over my heart. So the kit now comes with 12 bottles of oil and a diffuser. It comes with 2 packets of Ningxia, a packet of Thieves Cleaner, which, like I said, doesn't come in it anymore, but we will definitely supply you with a sample of Thieves Cleaner. It's a must-have. It's got the Thief Spray. Carly's holding that up right now. It comes now with 2 Aromaglide roller caps that turn your oil bottles into instant roll-ons. There's also a Thieves hand sanitizer, and the whole kit is $165. So you can order this by going to youngliving.com and clicking become a member. I also wanted to mention that if you don't already have your kit, Carly and I have kits on hand. I've got one right here, ready to go with your diffuser and your kit. There will be no supply chain issues and no shipping delays. We will just drop it on your front porch and wave our hand through the window right now. Also, I have these purple bags made up. If you just want to see what Young Living is all about, or if you have friends that you would like to introduce to Young Living, I can mail one of these purple bags out. It's got a sample Thieves cough drop and Thieves lozenge in it. It talks about classes. It talks about the kit. It's got recipes to make some roller balls with your starter kit. And the other thing we want to mention while we're on here are your options for becoming a member. If oils aren't your thing, or that's not where you want to get started, but you do want to experience or jump into toxin-free living, we've also got a CBD option, and there's an information sheet on that because CBD tends to be a confusing subject right now, and we'll be doing classes on CBD coming up here soon. So Carly, what are the other options we have?
The other options we have to get started are a Thieves kit, which comes with a whole plethora of options. It comes with hand soaps, feet cleaner, mouthwash, toothpaste, hand sanitizer, Thieves spray. I feel like I'm missing something up. Toothpaste, yes, Stress Away, and your 2 Ninja packets.
Yeah. Mouthwash, did you say mouthwash?
Yeah, mouthwash. That is all for $160 and an absolute perfect way to start ditching and switching in your home. So the basic starter kit is new, and it has Stress Away, Thieves mints, Thieves hand sanitizer, and that gets you wholesale membership. And just so you know, wholesale membership, when we talk about that is for life. That's not something that you have to renew every year. You don't have to buy a new starter kit every year. As long as you spend $50 a year, you are a member. And if something happens and you miss a year, you spend $50 and your account is reactivated. It's fantastic. Another option is a Ninja Red starter kit. So that is going to come with bottles of Ninja Red, packets of Ninja Red, and Ninja Nitro, which are my favorite things. And that kit, I believe, is $165.
It might be $170.
It might be okay. If you want that kit, let us know. Ninja Red, we didn't talk much about it. Ninja Red is a super fruit antioxidant supplement, and it is absolutely amazing for your health, and it supports literally every system in your body. So I think that's all of our starter kits right now. There's also an international starter kit that is available, and a military starter kit that have variations of the oils that we talked about today.
Right, and I don't know whether I said it or not, but there is a CBD starter kit. You can either order it with the lower dose of CBD, and it comes with basically all of the products, the muscle rub, the drops that I believe are citrus,
yes,
and a calm roller. And then there's also the higher dosage of each of those that is available in a kit as well. There's also the Savvy Minerals kit, the mineral makeup kit, and it's being redone right now, so it's not available, but we can still do color matches, and you can still order the makeup individually, as long as it's still in stock, because like I said, they're reformulating some things. We really don't know what they're doing yet.
It's always exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you get your starter kit, we offer a welcome kit too that comes with a pocket reference that is, I'm going to say, critical to learning how to use oils. It really makes it as, instead of opening your medicine cabinet, you can just open this book. And I've already got them made up with some carrier oil to get started with, and roller balls to get started making some blends that don't already come in your kit, things that support your specific wellness goals. And I'll even go as far as to say I've made up some extra roller balls for wellness goals that I'll toss in to get you started too. This is the one called Good Night. Here's the seasonal support roller ball. Joyful, we can all use that right now. Focus, we can definitely all use that one. That's probably the #1 thing I hear people say they want to be able to do. And last but not least, an immunity roller ball. We all need to be using those daily, more than once daily, on our feet right now, on our spines. So that pretty much wraps it up. The last thing I want to cover is the spring kickoff is coming up. And normally we would be doing an in-person rally at the April kickoff, but that's not possible this year. I was actually supposed to originally be out of town anyway, so I was going to skip it this year. Now, of course, our travel plans have been canceled, but there are going to be a couple options for joining online, and we will be posting those on Working Natural.
Lots of great opportunities to learn all the time. And do you want to stop the recording and we can take any questions?
Sure. So thanks everyone for coming, and we will be posting this if you want to share it. But hang on here and we will take any questions anyone has, or testimonials.